Welcome back to another week of menacing thoughts, menacing conversation, and menacing... Well, we'll get into that later. So you are here again this week. We're growing, so continue telling your friends. Well, the podcast is... Well, I guess we as people are growing too, and I don't mean mentally or anything like that. Maybe spiritually, but that's a whole... I'm not going to get into that.
Well, with the cult of Brent, you do grow quite.
Yes, you do.
Spiritually.
Yes, and mentally, actually. We teach a lot of how to win friends and influence people.
Yes.
More on the influencing people, but it's neither here nor there. But yeah, we're here. The show is growing. Thank you guys. So keep telling your friends, family members, people that you love, but most of all, people that you hate.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want them in a good mood, right?
Oh, yes.
All the time. But hey, you're probably thinking, where can we find this genius podcast? And I'll tell you. First of all, for free on Spotify, because that's where we're hosted. So hit us up on Spotify. Also, you can find us on iTunes and then the gamut of podcast platforms. We're there, Menacing Podcast. Look us up and start enjoying some delightful conversation, some interesting thought processes, and great interaction with the fans.
And I do actually, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I got to give a shout out to our Apple Podcast listeners, who we have a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. What do we have on Spotify that we're hosted on? 4.3.
What?
That's outrageous.
Come on, Spotify.
That is outrageous. To our Spotify listeners, shame.
Shame.
You are being publicly shamed.
For shame.
Yep.
Yeah. So step it up, Spotify listeners.
I never thought I would be happy about an Apple service, but clearly they're the only ones who know what's up.
Yeah, exactly. Also, real quick.
Yeah.
You know what?
No.
It's that season.
Oh.
It's moving season.
Spooky season? Oh,
Spooky.
moving season.
Yeah,
yes,
it's moving
right.
season. And if you want to join in on moving, possibly help somebody out with their moving company to hire, you need to get a hold of Hitowski Realty. Mike and Renee will be there to help you find the house to move into. Get out of that little tiny box that you're in. And if you're actually in a real box, that was not a stab. But let's get out of that box. It's time. And you know what? Spread those wings, fly, get into a comfortable yet spacious, warm dwelling, and start becoming a grown-up. How about that? Mm-hmm. Step up your game. If you want to step up your game, Hitowski Realty, get a hold of them. All right, now that the business is out the way.
And actually, in our trending trivia this week, today,
trending trivia
that you're going to hear on this episode, you can learn about a state that you might want to move to.
Ooh.
There's a little trivia in there.
All right. Oh, no.
To educate and inform.
All right. Is this supposed to be still Stump Me?
It's always to stump you. There's nobody else.
Okay.
There's nobody else. We did have some listeners, quick, before we...
Oh, good. We got some listener... I told you, listener interaction. We love it.
That's why we love it. And this one's from a good friend of the show, our buddy Andrew. So we posted the interns, in our social media team.
Yeah.
They posted, have you ever wanted to stump Brent? Here's your chance. Submit your trivia question by 5 p.m. Eastern Time, Tuesday, the 7th.
Okay.
And to have it included in this week's trending trivia. So Andrew commented, okay, I just have to say this. Keep in mind, I am saying this with a laugh in my voice. We're probably not going to keep that in mind, Andrew.
No.
Don't tell us what to do.
Yeah.
But does anyone else but me find it the least bit ironic that the one who says, I'm not going to look it up for you, do your homework, which is that's a classic Brent line.
That is.
Brent doesn't like to do work for you.
Yeah.
He'll do it for himself.
Well,
well,
that's being a little...
He'll do it when his wife tells him to.
Yeah, that's more like him.
Is now asking us if we can stump him, LOL. Love the show. So, what do you think of that? It's kind of a little bit of a...
I don't know, because I'm not really... The trivia isn't really my thing. It's more your thing. So I'm
That's
not really
fair, but I
asking.
like it where he kind of
He definitely takes a stab at me.
takes a stab at you. I like that.
I'm not really asking.
We
for
can
that.
respect that.
I have to remember he's got a laugh in his voice right now. So
I told him we're not going to remember that. We hold grudges.
very much.
Andrew
so.
he's become public enemy number one.
Yes.
For the
Cult of
Menacing
Brent
Podcast.
is
Yeah.
much
Oh
better.
no, Andrew. Oh,
He
buddy.
didn't think that far ahead, did he?
I'd get a hold of Hatowski Realty and see if you can find a home somewhere else, buddy, because you've got the Cult of Brent coming after you now.
Yes.
So, and then we did have a listener suggest a couple questions here. I'll see if you can guess them. What's tall and blonde and super funny?
I don't know.
You
A
probably
supermodel?
should answer. It's close, right? It's your wife.
Oh,
That's
okay,
the
my
joke.
wife.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
Not the joke. Whoops.
It's not my
Trivia.
wife. You heard it from Russ.
This is trivia, not a joke session.
yeah.
My apologies.
Actually, it's kind of weird because she isn't really blonde, so I'm not. She threw me for a loop there. She's got blonde highlights or lowlights or lights of some
I'm
type.
not sure how this listener would even know what your wife looks like. Maybe you've described her.
I don't know.
Maybe you've described your wife as blonde because you don't actually know what she looks like.
I'm not entirely figment of my imagination.
And then we got another one here. What's the perfect date?
Oh, well, of course.
Classic, yes.
Yeah, it's the classic April 21st.
Ooh, so close. 25th.
Oh.
Just a couple days off.
Well, mine's the 21st, so
I feel like still just 4 days, it would still...
it'd still
apply, right?
Yeah,
Because it's
yeah,
not
it's
too
not-
hot or too cold. All
Right.
you need is a light jacket.
exactly.
And then that's all the questions. There's not a third one asking if we would consider ourselves romantic. That's not a question that this person asked. So
That's good.
so we don't have to answer it. If they didn't ask it, I'm not sure why that one popped in.
Yeah,
my
I
head
don't know
then.
why you brought that up. So, but yeah, good job.
I guess it depends on who you ask, though. Don't ask my wife if I'm romantic. She's not always truthful about things.
Yeah. Our wives really. They always forget that little thing that you did like a couple mornings ago, and they're like, "Oh, I don't get it that often," but it was still romantic.
Yeah. But they'll always remember that little thing you did
Oh, sure.
5 years ago that made them mad.
Yeah, always comes up. You left the toilet seat up again, and remember what happened 5 years ago? Seriously?
Do you remember when I bought you those flowers?
Hey, remember when I bought you a ring?
Remember when I made your life exponentially better by marrying you?
Yeah. Remember when I said I do?
Yes.
I could have ran from the altar too.
Could have easily backed out of that one.
It might not have been. It would have been like a fast walk, but nonetheless, I would have been able to get away from the altar.
All I would have needed to do was outrun your father.
My groomsmen party was set obstacles.
They're playing backup for you. Well, now
Is that why you had me stand up?
Yeah, I needed some muscle.
The linebacker.
I needed some muscle.
You played football, right? Good. Come here.
He looks like he did. That's all that counts. He looks like a bouncer outside of a club.
Oh, good. Well, now I know why I was standing for you, just in case you're just like,
Yep, just in case the second thoughts.
Yeah, I got it. All right.
Which-
Usually, groomsmen is supposed to keep the groom there, right?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
we had,
you had the
different
opposite.
arrangement.
Yeah, that's okay.
Different arrangement.
All right.
The emergency team.
There you go. I like it. Extraction team.
So,
Okay.
trending trivia.
Here we
Are
go.
you ready, Brent?
Trending Trivia Wednesday. Man, we should really do that on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Trending
Well, what
Trivia
can we call it
Tuesday?
to go with Wednesday?
Witty?
Wending Wivia Wednesday?
Ooh, there we
Is
go.
that the one?
Yeah.
That's the one.
Not to mock anybody that has a weird lisp.
We're being inclusive.
Yeah, there we go.
Thank you very much.
We're speaking all languages.
We are lispy, weird languages, and
We're bilingual.
yeah, exactly.
We have two
That is
tongues.
so true. That's
Well, 4 tongues
I don't-
between us.
Yeah, but
Don't worry
sounds like
about it.
actually a medical condition we should have checked out.
Oh, pish posh.
So if anybody's got a better idea for how we can fold this into, or we just tell people we record on Tuesday and that's trending trivia Tuesday,
Yeah,
even though
there you
you only get it on Wednesday.
Yeah.
You know what? It's our podcast. We can do it. We're not going to be bound by Andrew's rules on Facebook. The cult of Brent's coming for you, brother.
Thank you, Hulk Hogan. He's part of
He's
it.
your spokesman.
He is.
Kind of like Tom Cruise with Scientology.
Yeah. But I got 24-inch pythons over here.
Absolutely.
Tom Cruise, I mean, come on. What is he going to do?
24 inches tall.
He's going to run for 18 frames, and then he's going to be done.
That's it. That's all I can do. Where's my stool? I'm sorry, Mr. Cruise.
Cameron Diaz is much taller than me. I need something to stand on.
All right, so trending trivia.
Yes, here we go.
These are going to stump you, Brent.
I'm actually pretty sure they will.
Our writers combed
the dark web.
The dark web. Yeah, that's right. we can only get the information off the dark web. We don't. Our browser only connects to the dark web.
Yeah. I kind of figured I upsetted them last week with getting too many right.
Yeah, I was actually surprised. So we're now going to have to. I had to up the writers had to up their game.
Okay,
I don't do any of this. So the question.
Okay.
What governor falsely claimed in their autobiography that they met with Kim Jong-un of North Korea?
What governor? Well, Trump wasn't a governor.
Oh, goodness.
What governor? Christie? No, Christie wouldn't have. He would have ate that out of house and home.
You're actually... Okay.
It is Christie, isn't it?
But not the Christie you're thinking.
Oh, wait, okay. It's Chris Cuomo. Oh, no. That would be his brother, Andrew. Chris. Uh-oh. I just drew a blank on the last name. Can you give me the state?
South Dakota.
Oh, for the love of Pete. Okay, what's the last name?
She made an appearance last week.
Oh. Chris, yeah, I can't think of the last name.
South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem, who shot her dog.
I knew it started with an N, too. I was like, it's...
You were close. You actually, I mean, it was funny when you said Christy, because you're actually right. Bonus question on this one.
Yes. Okay, let's see if I can redeem myself.
So it deals with Kristi Noem.
Okay.
After admitting in her autobiography that she shot and killed her 14-month-old puppy, she also set her sights on whose dog? A very prominent leader.
Kind of feel like it's somebody in the World Health Organization, because you said who's very... But prominent leader, Biden.
Well done. Yes, sir. President Joe Biden's dog, Commander. Commander had 25 biting incidents with Secret Service agents.
Oh, my. Okay.
So you redeemed yourself. You might
did.
have gotten the first question wrong, but you get the bonus question right, which gives you one for one.
Kind of have a feeling, though, if she's lying about the whole trip to North Korea, is she really telling the truth about shooting a dog?
Nobody knows, actually. The dog might be put up somewhere. Might actually be on a farm somewhere, living its best life.
Yeah. It was probably Commando.
She just wanted to... that would be a plot twist.
Twisty.
Cricket, the dog that she claimed to kill, was actually Commander.
Yeah.
Joe Biden's dog.
There you go. She's jealous.
This is like a story for like Lifetime original movies where she's shaking in the rain about to shoot the dog, but she can't do it, so she lets him go.
But it pans out, right? And you hear the gunshot.
Oh, so you think she did it?
She did.
But the twist at the end is that Commander is Cricket.
Yes.
And he was alive the whole time.
The emotional support dog of Joe Biden.
Oh my goodness! Wow. TM. Gee, that's ours. It's a menacing original production. This is good.
Coming to you next year
is a fountain of gold for this podcast. All right, so well done. You redeemed yourself with a bonus question. That is the last bonus question.
Okay.
So that's your shot.
Okay, got to get them right.
So, question number 2: a zoo in China apparently couldn't find any pandas. They didn't know. Weren't sure where pandas come from. Couldn't find them. So they substituted this animal instead.
A zoo in China? Couldn't find a panda in China?
Yeah, nobody knows what country they're from.
And they substitute the... Oh my goodness. You know what? Man, I guess I'm not really versed on what's going on in the world. I'm going to think of the craziest animal that they would put in a zoo. I'm not going to think of the craziest animal that they could put in a zoo. Was it just like the black bear?
No, that would have been actually probably better.
Was it the red panda?
Well, it is a panda.
We found one.
So, look at that.
What was it?
Dogs.
Chow. Dude, are you kidding? I was gonna go with dogs.
Were you really?
Yes.
How is it the craziest animal you put in a zoo?
Because they're pets.
Well,
I was thinking, what would be the craziest? A pet. I'm gonna go with a dog.
okay. Well, then.
All right, that's fine. Nope, I got that one wrong.
It was interference by myself.
I got that one wrong.
Interfered with that. We'll give you a pass on that one. But it was chow chows with dyed fur. But don't worry, the super trustworthy zoo said the dye was not harmful to the dogs.
They're just testing out their cosmetics on it.
Yep.
Don't worry.
I hear Christy Nome was the zookeeper for him. No, they were red pandas after she was done with them. Is that too far? Is that what a little...
I don't think it's... No, I think that's right there.
Okay.
I think that was good.
Just wanted to
great.
make sure. Okay. I'm trying to be right on the proper
right on
side of edgy.
I like it. I like it.
All right. I won't interfere anymore. My apologies. Question 3.
Okay, here we go.
Actor Bernard Hill rode into the sunset on May 5 at the age of 79. Among a prolific career, he was Captain Smith in the blockbuster Titanic. Plus, he portrayed this leader in the Lord of the Rings film franchise.
Well, first of all, I've never seen Titanic.
Oh, that's right. We talked about that last week, I think.
I never...
That's why I thought to go with this clue.
But he was a leader in Lord of the Rings. I have seen Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Well, who was he a leader of? Because I can't picture his face. Because we have... It wasn't the elf, was it? No. That his name...
I'm not going to give you any because you got mad at me for that.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm just
Oh, you're thinking out loud.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm sorry.
okay.
Oh, he was Rohan. He was the king of Rohan.
All right, yes, sir.
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
That's all right.
But yeah.
You were correct. King Theoden.
Of yes.
Rohan, my personal favorite character from the Lord of the Rings film franchise. Good job.
Thank you.
Which U.S. state nabbed the #1 spot in the country for education according to U.S. News and World Report?
Oh, nabbed the first spot?
The #1 spot in the country for education.
Alaska.
Is that your final
No,
answer?
that's not my
okay.
final answer. Wow. You know what? I'm gonna go with something a little off the wall, and this will be my final answer. I'm gonna go with Alabama.
Okay, so you went with the one that nobody would choose.
Yep.
Okay. And is as it should be, you are wrong.
It's Michigan, isn't it?
Again, nobody's really choosing those.
Yeah. Okay.
It's actually the most obvious one. Florida. Aren't you glad I didn't say California?
Oh my goodness.
So Florida also took home the prize for best place to walk your small pet along a body of water, according to State Wildlife Director Alligator.
Unless you're at a Chinese zoo.
That's what he wanted.
They might nab it up for one of their exhibits.
Yeah. Wait, is that Fido?
Cricket!
Oh, no, Christy Gnome's here. Quick, get away. And then, so we've got the last question.
Okay. I guess I should have guessed Florida, but...
It's okay, you went off the wall.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the dog one because I interfered with it.
Oh, okay.
And I feel bad about that.
I thought that was I was like, dog would be the funniest thing to see in a zoo.
That's all right.
I guess maybe, I don't know.
I interfered. That was my fault.
Especially since they eat them.
This is only the second. It's the Koreans.
Oh.
It's only the second time we've done the trivia.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It's not a big deal.
Okay.
So, with a flourish of his pen, Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida has raised the stakes, making Florida the first state to ban the manufacture and distribution of what product?
Trojans. No.
Like the...
Yes.
Okay.
Contraceptive.
Not what I was expecting.
Not like
say.
Trojans from Troy.
That's what I thought. They're making giant horses. I feel like I would ban that too. You never know if Gavin Newsom's going to be hiding in there. You know?
You never. No, because it's not electric.
It's
It's man-powered.
Man-powered. That's okay.
Oh,
as long as it's with Europeans.
Yeah.
As long as whiteys are pushing it.
Sure.
That's fine.
And they're above the age of 8, I guess.
Yeah.
It's neither here nor there.
Are they, old enough to? Are they strong enough to push a giant wooden horse?
I think with a group of kids. I mean, a group of people.
Yes,
they should
group of individuals.
Yes, they should be able to.
Of various ages.
Yeah. So what was? I'm sorry. What was with the swoop of his?
With a flourish.
Flourish.
We have better writers than a swoop. With a flourish of his pen, Governor Ron DeSantis has raised the stakes, making Florida the first state to ban the manufacture and distribution of what product?
Marijuana. Final answer.
Incorrect.
Okay. All right.
It is, of course, lab-grown meat.
Oh, okay.
So
good for him. Good for him.
4 or 5 other states that are considering the same. So there you have it. We got 1, 2, 3 out of 5.
All right.
Not bad.
All right. I'll take it. It's not my best, but I promise.
Your best was that. What was it? 4 out of 5?
Yeah. I promise to get better. You threw me for a loop. I liked it. Made me think a little bit.
That's good. See, I want to keep you on your toes, so you have to know, what am I supposed to look up for this week?
Yeah.
What newspaper am I supposed to purchase?
Yeah. And it's getting difficult to get the world news.
That's right.
It's just less and less papers coming out with it. So
what are you gonna do?
I don't know. I might have to start using some smoke signals or something. Get pigeon carriers from.
Oh, there you go. They send you, the Pigeon Daily or whatever they would call that. Maybe you should start up your own.
Oh, you want to do it with me?
Yes, oddly enough, I do. I actually was hoping you would ask because that actually sounded fun when I said it.
We're gonna start it up, and people are gonna be like, "Who's editing this?"
I didn't even order this. It's for Marilyn down the road.
Yeah. Oh,
she would get it. She would sign up for it.
So if she got it, would you get it?
That's the $1 million question.
It really is.
Because apparently everything Marilyn does down the road, I have to do at my house.
Yes, exactly.
Ridiculous. She obviously makes poor decisions. She signed up for a pigeon news service.
Oh my goodness. That was a fun trivia, though.
Good. I'm glad. That's what we try to keep it fun and enjoyable. So you folks, listeners out there, you can send in questions. I want them to be they need to be fairly trendy. They can't be obscure, like from a Latvian country. President blah blah blah.
If we can't pronounce the names. If Russ can't pronounce the names.
I'm pretty good at pronouncing
that's what
names.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm giving you the credit.
I appreciate that. That's, wow. Throws me for a bit of a loop here, but thank you nonetheless.
Last week I mocked myself. I threw you off. This week I'm complimenting you. I'm throwing you off.
What do you want from me? What do you want from me?
To be my chief editor.
I'm in. Say no more. We'll get the pigeons tomorrow.
Yes!
I actually know there's a bridge that I see a bunch of pigeons.
We're getting them for free.
They go, we're not going to pay for pigeons. Can you? Are there businesses that sell courier pigeons still?
I have no idea.
I'm now curious.
Maybe we should also start a business of selling.
Because when we get them, we can breed them.
Yes.
And then we'll have all these extras.
Yes.
And we can. There's going to be a time when we're going to need it.
Yeah, absolutely. When the next World War comes,
as we talked about with your power grid going off with that,
my solar
Osprey nest.
Osprey.
It was probably like a hummingbird nest.
Probably was. It was just
They were just like, we're gonna say osprey because it sounds better.
One guy in my area was like, there hasn't been a sighting of an osprey in this region for 50 years.
Somebody was furiously searching the internet. Mom, get this! You wouldn't believe it.
You're moving. You found Hataski Realty, didn't you?
No. But look at this. Ospreys have not been in the area for over 50 years. They couldn't possibly have knocked out the power.
I feel like you and I have either begun or began, however you want to...
One of them.
I think you and I are starting 2 conspiracy theories today. The offspring, but more importantly, what happened to cricket?
Exactly. And I really, all I can keep thinking about is this movie.
It's just playing in your head, isn't it?
Cricket is commander.
Yeah, I think so. I think we solved it there.
This is good stuff.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to pick this up. I feel like we could probably get maybe Showtime.
Maybe.
But maybe HBO. I feel like HBO.
Yeah, if anything, Candace will pick us up. And not Owens.
I was going to say, please, no.
No, DJ from Full House.
Oh, yes. This is definitely a movie for the Great American Family channel.
Sure, yeah. It's a little tearjerker because you hear the gunshot.
Shunned by his family.
As his mother goes off to North Korea to eat some dog. Oh, maybe that's where she got.
Oh my goodness! Wait a second. Layers upon layers. TM, so help me, Jerry Bruckheimer. If you're listening, keep your paws, pun intended. Keep your paws off this.
You too, JJ.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Abrams. This is weird enough to be one he would go after.
You know what? And I'm going to throw Michael Bay in because I feel like he would throw some bombs in this.
Yeah, but
there would be some explosions.
She wasn't trying to shoot him. She was trying to blow him up with dynamite. That's what you get Michael Bay behind it, and
he's running through a landmines.
He's actually a Navy dog captain of a ship.
Oh.
The first dog captain of a ship.
There we go.
So there's a lot of ways we could go, but again, Bruckheimer, Bay, Abrams, the usual suspects. You keep your hands off this. It's not for you.
If ever, come talk to us.
Yes, we're open to that. We're open to meeting with you.
Oh my goodness! Now I'm just picturing a puppy with floppy ears running through a field as landmines are popping off behind him.
No. Here's Michael Bay. No. I want more explosions.
And just one random RPG with
streaking behind him as he's running.
Yep, as he's running. And then Christie's in the background.
Holding the rocket launcher
and
there.
Laughing maniacally.
Yes, absolutely. With Kim Jong-un behind her.
Yes, and that's how he got his name, Commander.
Yes. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. This is cinema gold. This is going to bring back the cinema.
Oh, absolutely. This is Homeward Bound.
Meets
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay. Yeah. I noticed there weren't any explosions. Yeah, it's a family movie, Michael. No, we need explosions.
When Michael Bay meets Homeward Bound, we get cricket. Oh, tell me more about this cricket.
I'm intrigued. They just made that movie about the dog, King Arthur.
Oh, yeah. Was it good? Did you see it?
No, which was based on a true story, supposedly. Right. Ours will be loosely based on a true story.
Absolutely.
True events. Ours will be based on a true story in the same way that Cocaine Bear is based on a true story, which it is.
I know it is.
But
bears be crazy.
Not quite to the extent that they portrayed it, which actually, Cocaine Bear was a fantastic movie. So this is going to be... Can we get the Cocaine Bear director? That was,
oh, my goodness.
Wasn't that...
I don't know who that was.
Elizabeth...
Warren?
Yes.
Well, I heard with her native blood.
Yeah, it was really... It had nothing
speak to...
She wanted she wanted both cocaine legal, and she could talk to bears on one of her cocaine highs.
There you go.
Allegedly.
You had to throw in the
allegedly. Throw that in there.
Just
I don't need any... Yeah.
Yeah. People don't pick up on the satire.
Elizabeth Banks.
Oh, Banks. Okay.
She's an actress.
Okay.
But she directed it, I believe. I think so.
Okay.
You can quote me on that.
You can. I think so. Quote me on that. Huh.
They originally wanted Elizabeth Warren to play the cocaine bear. That was but she was busy constantly being angry about stuff.
Well, she was probably teaching at Harvard.
Writing a new Native American cookbook.
Yes.
Pow Wow Chow Chow.
Wow.
Where they use pandas from the Chinese zoo.
Yeah. That's why they can't find their pandas.
That's why. Because nobody knows what country they're from. That's the crazy thing.
Have the Chinese not left the big cities recently?
Apparently not. I feel like they could have just walked outside and been like, "Oh, there's a panda. That's a real one."
In nature. Eating bamboo.
Pandas aren't very coordinated. You could easily. I feel like I could even grab a panda and
I think you could.
Have you ever seen videos of the pandas and the Chinese?
They are. I don't get how in the world
they're very clumsy.
Yeah.
And
people talk about evolution like it's science.
Yeah.
And Darwin, how didn't Darwin look at this bear and go, "Yeah, there's something terribly wrong here."
Yeah.
This thing looks like it's drunk most of the time.
All the time, yeah.
No coordination. I don't even get how they get up the bamboo stalk.
Nope. But nobody knows. And then they'll get up there and they'll just fall down.
Yeah. Or you could just walk by them casually and they'll get spooked.
Yeah, they're they're skittish.
For their size, you'd think they would...
and for being called a bear...
Right, I think that's the key right there.
Most times you think of bear, you think of something ripping your face off, doing cocaine, and then ripping your face off.
Well, absolutely, taking that line right off their paw.
Yes.
Don't ask me. Don't ask questions. Okay?
You know a lot.
Don't.
Like a 1970s Hollywood party.
I wasn't born then, but yes.
Oh, really? Brent, why don't you take us to the end of the show? We are at the end of the show.
Oh, okay. Hey guys, we're at the end of the show.
Oh wow, that snuck up.
Hey, you can. You know what? I didn't even get all the business out of the way in the beginning, but make sure you follow us on our social medias.
We're supposed to be like a mullet: business up front, party in the back.
Right. Make sure that you follow us on social medias: Facebook, Menacing Podcast, Twitter/X or X/Twitter, however that goes. At Menacing Podcast. Make sure you email the show with your great thoughts, insights, and I'd say concerns, but don't concern yourself with what we're doing. Just embrace it. At menacingpodcast@gmail.com. Make sure you also like, follow, and subscribe to the show on all of the platforms, especially Spotify. Gracious that they're hosting us. And until next week, you stay classy.